right, it is now time for our match predictions for night number 1 of WrestleMania 41, which takes place at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. The first time WrestleMania returns to Las Vegas since 1993 for WrestleMania 9. Not the most popular WrestleMania 9, but I liked it. It was outside, had a different look. And, I was only like 11 when it came out. But I pretty much watched every WrestleMania since then. Not all of them live, but just about every one of them live since then. And I'll tell you what, WrestleMania 40 was amazing last year. The Cody-Roman feud, and you've got the Final Boss. They did so many things right last year. I'm a huge Triple H fan as far as how he's been booking over the last couple of years. I'll take him any day over Vince. At least how Vince had been the last 5 or 10 years. So I think Triple H is doing a great job. However, I can't say that the build for WrestleMania 41 has been that great. Started out red hot with the Cena heel turn, which we loved. But after that, it's just not been amazing. Let's just talk about that match. Rock has not been there, and I know he's super busy, but he's not been there since the pay-per-view. Cena has no new look, no new music, and he did, 4 or 5 different interviews here in the ring that really could have all been done in 1 or 2. So the build-up has just not been there like it was last year. And last year was, one of the best ever. So they can't always be that great. But let's get into night number 1. My 17-year-old son, Ethan, my 14-year-old son, Brady, my 5-year-old son, Lincoln, will also be making our predictions. And we'll start out with the first match, the War Raiders, the World Tag Team Champions. And I'm so glad to be able to say War Raiders and not Viking Raiders or Viking Experience or whatever, taking on the New Day. And they're not called the New Day, but the New Day. And I'll tell you what, their heel turn was great. I loved it. I thought it was really good. It's kind of not been as great, Big E, they attacked him. He's not really been anywhere to be found since then. I don't know. The question is does Big E come back in this match and possibly turn heel and join up with them? It was all part of the plan. I don't know. I think that the War Raiders New Day match is kind of thrown together. I honestly rather would see the SmackDown titles defended on pay-per-view. But anyway, we'll see. We got Brady and Lincoln. They both have the champs retaining. Ethan and I both have new champions, New Day winning. I don't know what's going to happen. Big E could come out and cost the New Day, and the War Raiders could retain that way. Maybe Big E won't even be involved at all. I like that they're there. I also wish the SmackDown titles were there, though, but not, we'll see what happens as far as this is concerned. But I got New Day becoming the new tag team champions. Moving on to Jade Cargill taking on Naomi. And I think they said this is the first female match that does not have a title, at least the first time in a long time, that doesn't, maybe ever, that doesn't have some kind of title on the line. And so, I'll be honest with you. Jade Cargill, she was in AEW. She kind of looked a little green in the ring. I think she's fine. She went through the injury. I don't know if it was legit or it was a storyline. I think there was a little bit of legitimacy to the injury. And we found out that Naomi attacked her. I was kind of hoping it was Bianca Belair that would be the heel that turns heel, and I think she still might. We'll get to that in a moment. But she returned. Elimination Chamber setting up for a great match with Naomi. And I tell you what, Naomi has been a great heel so far. She absolutely needed something fresh. And I like so far what I see. We'll see if Bianca Belair gets involved. I can see Belair getting involved and turning heel officially. Now, her match isn't until Sunday, so I don't know if it'll happen before that. But what happens, Ethan and I both have Jade Cargill winning, and Brady and Lincoln went with Naomi. I think it could go either way. I know they're going to push Naomi, but I can't see Cargill losing on this stage. She's returning. I got Jade Cargill winning. Now, will Bianca Belair get involved? We'll find out. Now we move on to Rey Mysterio taking on El Grande Americano, not Chad Gable. And there's a lot of people that I've read online, they don't like the storyline. They don't like what they're doing with Chad Gable here. I'll say this. Chad Gable is, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated wrestlers in WWE. He can do comedy. He's great in the ring. I just really like him. This isn't a long-term storyline. I don't think he's going to play this character, I don't think, for a long time. It gives Rey Mysterio somebody new. I think it's funny. I think some people maybe take things too serious. It's wrestling. It's wrestling. I like it, but Brady and Lincoln got Ray winning. I think Chad Gable wins here, and I think it continues at least for a little while. Ethan's got Chad Gable winning as well. So it's going to be interesting. Both of these guys are great in the ring. Rey Mysterio is still putting on great matches, and we'll see. Then we move on to the United States Championship match. You got LA Knight taking on Jacob Fatu. And I'm so glad that they didn't put I was thinking they're going to be a multi-man match. When it comes to WrestleMania and these bigger events, you have all these multi-man matches. And some of them are fine. I'm cool with that. The Intercontinental title is fine. But I was glad they didn't do that with the U.S. title. And I think Jacob Fatu is the perfect guy to go into this match. And he's going to win this match. That's my prediction. I got Jacob Fatu winning. Brady also agrees. And Ethan also agrees. Lincoln, the 5-year-old, he went with LA Knight winning. Now, I love LA Knight, and I hope to see him become the World Heavyweight Champion down the road. But I think it's time for him to drop this belt. He's had it twice, and Jacob Fatu needs a championship. I got Jacob Fatu winning this match. And then we got Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair, a match that a couple weeks ago I couldn't care less about. I'm not a big Charlotte fan. She's great in the ring. She's amazing. Probably the best female wrestler ever. We were at the Royal Rumble in Indianapolis. Wasn't super excited to see her return, I'll be honest with you. But, hey, it was great. She won the match. And we thought she was going to be a face. That didn't work out. And now she's taking on Tiffany Stratton. One of Ethan's favorite. And I tell you what, the interview that they did a few weeks ago, the face-to-face, where it kind of went off script, it was some of the best things I've seen leading up to WrestleMania. I liked it. It felt real. I think it was a little real. I say Charlotte's going to win this just because she rarely loses. Tiffany's young. She's got a lot of career ahead. Brady went with Tiffany winning, but the three of us all have Charlotte Flair winning the championship here. And I tell you what, Charlotte has looked off of her game, at least on the mic, since she's returned. I'd love to see Tiffany win this. I like her 10 times better, but I don't think it happens. And then we move on to what I call the double main event of night number 1. You got Gunther, the World Heavyweight Champion, taking on the 2025 Royal Rumble winner, Jey Uso. Like I mentioned, we were at the Royal Rumble in Indianapolis. Amazing night, amazing event. Our first huge Big Four pay-per-view. I've been to Survivor Series several years ago. I have. But first Royal Rumble, it was awesome. And we were so excited that Jey Uso won. We kind of thought it was going to be Cena. I'm not a big Cena fan. We didn't, of course, know what was going to happen with Cena at the next pay-per-view. So we were all excited to see Jey Uso win. And then I'm kind of torn. I don't think the build-up for this match has been great. I mean, WrestleMania is later this year, and later than it has been, usually first part of April, end of March. So they've had more time, and I think that's hurt them, and especially the booking for this match. Really, the last couple weeks have been good. They've been the best as far as Gunther and Jey Uso is concerned. It's been the best. I loved what they did with Jimmy Uso. I was kind of upset when they brought him in. I thought, we don't need Jimmy in this feud. But I liked what they did and how the match that they had, and it's really turned Jey Uso up a notch. It's that middle time in the middle, all those weeks that was like, it's the same thing. Gunther comes out, Jey Uso attacks him, or Uso's in a match and Gunther attacks him. Not been the greatest build. So, who wins? Now, I can make a case for either one. Some people say Jey Uso is not worthy of the championship. I don't agree with that at all. Gunther has been a good heel. He's been a good champion, but he's been champion long enough. And so I hope Jey Uso wins. I think it'll be a feel-good moment. Could start out night number 1. I don't know that it's going to happen, though. We got Brady, Lincoln, Ethan all have Jey Uso winning. I could see it going either way. I don't know. I'm really torn on this. I'll go ahead and say Jey, but I would not be surprised if Gunther retains. I was very surprised when Cody lost at WrestleMania 39, so I would not be surprised if they draw this out a little longer and maybe Jey Uso becomes champion later on. I hope not. I'll still go with Jey just because I want. And then the main event for night number 1, I guess the official main event, You got Seth Rollins taking on CM Punk, taking on Roman Reigns. I'm not a big fan of the multi-man matches, even though this one is okay. 3 great superstars, 3 of the greatest of all time. Once again, not the greatest build, especially Roman Reigns had that amazing long title reign. It led up to last year, and then, of course, he turned face. It really hasn't been there much. I heard a lot of rumors that maybe Seth Rollins will win this match, and Paul Heyman will, then turn his back on not only Roman Reigns, but also CM Punk, and align himself with Seth Rollins. That could happen. This is what I think. I think CM Punk wins. I think he beats Seth Rollins. I don't think Roman takes the pinfall here. And I think CM Punk has his WrestleMania main event moment. I could be wrong. They'd be ending night number 1 on a feel-good moment. I say CM Punk wins. Now, Brady and Ethan also agree with me. Lincoln went with Roman Reigns winning. Like I said, Lincoln's 5 years old. It could happen. Anything really could happen. I think it's either going to be Seth Rollins, the heel turn, aligning himself with Paul Heyman, or CM Punk gets that feel-good moment, which is what I think happens. Night number 1 of WrestleMania. We'll be back tomorrow with night number 2 and our match predictions. Like I said, not super. I'm more excited. It's WrestleMania, but not super excited, compared to last year.